Have you ever thought about how a normal day can change in the blink of an eye? How can a routine morning, filled with chatter and lessons, can suddenly turn into a nightmare that no one ever forgets? In Sheffield, England, what started as an ordinary school day became a heartbreaking tragedy that shook an entire community. This is the story of a young student whose life was tragically cut short, leaving behind unanswered questions and a community searching for solace. It was a crisp autumn morning when students at a Sheffield secondary school gathered for another day of classes. Laughter echoed through the hallways as friends exchanged stories and teachers prepared their lessons. No one could have predicted that within hours, these same hallways would be filled with fear, confusion, and heartbreak. In one particular classroom, students settled into their seats, notebooks open, and pens poised to take notes. Among them was a bright and kind-hearted student, known for their warm smile and passion for learning. The lesson began as usual, but the peaceful atmosphere was shattered when an altercation broke out between two students. What began as a heated exchange of words quickly escalated into something far more dangerous. Before anyone could intervene, one student produced a knife, and in a matter of seconds, the unthinkable happened. Panic swept through the classroom as students screamed and rushed to get help. Teachers and school staff hurried to the scene, desperately trying to assess the situation and provide aid. Emergency services were called, and within minutes, paramedics and police officers arrived, their sirens cutting through the air. Despite their rapid response and best efforts, the injuries sustained by the young victim were too severe. Tragically, the student was pronounced dead at the scene, leaving everyone in shock and disbelief. News of the incident spread rapidly, both within the school and throughout the community. Parents received urgent notifications, and many rushed to the school, their hearts pounding with fear for their own children. Outside the school gates, tearful embraces and anxious whispers painted a picture of collective grief and concern. For the students who had witnessed the tragedy firsthand, the emotional impact was profound, leaving them grappling with fear, sorrow, and confusion. Investigation and aftermath. As the police began their investigation, questions swirled about what had led to such a devastating event. Interviews with students and teachers helped piece together the sequence of events, while forensic teams gathered evidence from the classroom. The suspect, a fellow student, was taken into custody, facing charges that would alter their life forever. The motives behind the attack were unclear, leaving many to wonder what could have driven a young person to commit such a violent act. In the days that followed, the school community came together to mourn the loss of their beloved classmate. Vigils were held, with candles flickering in the night, as friends, family, and teachers shared memories and offered words of comfort. Flowers and handwritten notes filled the area outside the school, a testament to the deep sorrow felt by all who knew the victim. Grief counselors were brought in to support students and staff as they struggled to cope with the trauma, while local authorities worked to ensure the safety and well-being of everyone in the community. The tragedy sparked widespread discussions about school safety and the factors that contribute to violence among young people. Many questioned how a weapon had made its way into the school and whether more could have been done to prevent such a heartbreaking loss of life. Educators, parents, and policymakers began examining ways to create a safer environment for students, from implementing stricter security measures to fostering open conversations about mental health and conflict resolution. Impact on the community. The impact of the tragedy extended far beyond the walls of the school, touching the lives of people throughout Sheffield and beyond. Local organizations and support groups stepped forward to offer assistance, providing resources for those struggling to process their grief. The media coverage brought national attention to the issue of youth violence, prompting calls for action to address the underlying causes of such incidents. Despite the heartbreak, the community's response was marked by compassion and resilience. People from all walks of life came together to support one another, demonstrating the power of unity in the face of adversity. Fundraisers were organized to help the victim's family with funeral expenses and to support initiatives aimed at preventing similar tragedies in the future. Through acts of kindness and solidarity, the community began the long journey toward healing, determined to honor the memory of the young life that had been lost. Reflection and hope. As time passed, the tragedy became a catalyst for change, inspiring conversations about the importance of empathy, communication, and emotional well-being. Schools across the region implemented new programs focused on conflict resolution and peer support, aiming to create a culture of understanding and respect. Students were encouraged to speak up if they were struggling or witnessed signs of distress in their peers, reinforcing the message that seeking help is a sign of strength. While the pain of loss could never be erased, the community's collective efforts to promote kindness and compassion served as a powerful tribute to the young student whose life had been tragically cut short. Their memory became a symbol of hope, reminding everyone of the importance of looking out for one another and striving to create a world where every young person feels safe, valued, and supported. This story is a heartbreaking reminder of how fragile life can be and the profound impact that a single moment can have on countless lives. Yet it also highlights the strength and resilience that can emerge from even the darkest of times. As we remember the young student whose life was taken too soon, let us also commit to fostering a world where compassion, understanding, and kindness prevail. If this story touched your heart, please consider subscribing to our channel and clicking the bell icon to stay updated on more stories that matter. Together, we can raise awareness and inspire positive change.